Konstantin Fedorov is probably one of the most versatile players in the game of paintball.
Fedorov telling me things and how much he can see the field and literally conducted me to be the player I am today.
I remember the first time I ever saw him, Russian kid with his flame headband just jetting down the field.
I'm not afraid to take a risk on myself, and whatever decision I make, I put on myself and I make the decision for a reason.
Konstantin Fedorov, he's an elite player. He's a guy that is a player who has a lot of experience. He's been to so many different, so many championships. I believe it's 38 different times he's been to the finals just throughout his career. And you know, he's 5 steps ahead of 90% of paintball players.
He has some undeniable athleticism. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody accelerate from 0 to 100 as fast as Konstantin Fedorov. I remember the first time I ever saw him in 2004 in Nemacolin, the event they won. I'll go out there and there's this Russian kid with this flame headband just jetting down the field.
There's an elite amount of players and he's one of them, and he's at the top of it. He's a guy that sits at a table with probably 3 to 4 different players that can all sit there just like Kobe, Michael, and LeBron and truly be elite.
Fedorov is one of those guys that can change a game in 2 seconds. He can literally go from hiding in the corner to running downfield and shooting everybody, and that's a rare skill.
100% I'm not a consistent player because I'm not afraid to take a risk on myself, and whatever decision I make, I put on myself and I make the decision for a reason. If I play in a back spot and I know my guy anywhere D side or snake side, he have to go on the snake, and I know the only one person who can give him more percentage to stay alive after break, it's me. That's why I take all the risks on myself. I can stop in a blind spot to shoot at the back center so he can see me and draw the gun on me, something like that. If I know we're going far and Chad go far on the snake, what I have to do, I have to give him opportunity to get all the way down to the snake. That's why I can stop on the middle of the way to show up to another team that I'm here, so they draw guns on me, so Chad have more space to go. Most of the teams try to control the field. As long as you stay in one spot, they know where you're at, as much they control you.
In the past, whether I was on the Philadelphia Americans or Impact or Damage, we would try to isolate Fedorov, right? So you put 2-3 guns, you try to contain him in a certain spot, and then you try to play 3-on-4 on the other side of the field. And the fact that you have to do that is kind of a testament to his abilities, because again, if you look away, he'll go from one corner to the other.
That's why I make decision. I check out both sides, what here, and I just sometimes make decision to go all the way down to the other side and make dominance and impact over there.
I mean, the speed he has is unreal, and you kind of have to plan for the unplanned with him. You might think, okay, he's gonna hide in the corner. You watch some guys, you go to the corner and they'll look inside and you'll forget, and you'll go, okay, and you look back over and he's still in the corner. If you give Fedorov 1 inch, he's on top of you shooting in the back.
No matter what, as long as you stay 5 guys alive, 5-on-5, and people stay behind the bunkers, they know exactly where you're at, right? So why I have to go through this gap, if it's nobody shooting on the back line, and I go all the way around it, and I can help another guy another side. I have a good school on the past with the coaches of Russian Legion, and they teach me a lot of things to how to bring the 3D picture of all the field.
I've talked about the Russian camp before, and to be honest with you, deep down you almost want to not like the Russians because they are so successful, but they do every single thing that it takes to be good. And you look at the multiple generations of the Russian Legion that have come up from the late 90s till now. So over the course of the last 20 years, whether it was the 10-man Russians, the Mishka Fedorov Russians, the current generation, they emphasize all the basic skill sets. And when it comes to Konstantin Fedorov, skill sets such as snap shooting, running and shooting, his finesse are just off the charts.
Sometimes I have a shot. I mean, everybody gets shot because it's paintball, but most of the time I know kind of, I don't know, I have a picture on the top and I can see it. So that's why I make decisions, so I can let Chet play alone, and I tell another guy, so stay with him, and I go all the way around it. That's how it's worked. So I don't know, for some reason I have this picture over top and I can see it.
He truly sees things differently in his head on what he thinks has to happen, and it works 90% of the time. Like the other 10%, he says he doesn't like to take risks, but he's so calculated in his mind that he does know exactly what it takes now. But when he was young and dumb, I guess he would reference it to, he would truly just run down the field and it would work for him because he was a guy that could run and shoot over most players in his era. Now he sees it where he can tell somebody to look over somebody else and he'll go the other way, and all of a sudden everybody's dead.
When I walk in through the field, I mean, I try to figure out every single bunker, what I can do from this bunker, what I can shoot from this bunker. If I move to the next one, what I can do from this bunker and this one. So at the end or after prelims, I have this picture like 100%. So I can know exactly what I can shoot.
Without Fedorov telling me things and how much he can see the field, when to go, when not to go, he's directed me and like literally conducted me to be like the player I am today. Like without him doing half the things that he does, I wouldn't be able to like even remotely think about half the stuff that he showed me. He showed me blind shots, bounce shots, what to do when I'm battling somebody, how to be patient, when not to like go and when to go. And that's really what truly makes him great and elite, because of the fact that, you know, he's guided me through certain things, and I've ran through and shot 5 guys because he's directed me from all the way from practice to at the field, where he's set things up for me to do that, and he's allowed me to make those moves.
Sometimes the small gaps open up because like the field's down or something like that. But overall, I have this picture of on the top of the field.
Base. Point approved.
I have this transition in my mind I can switch it. And until I black out with all the pressure and I have 100% focus on the game. So I don't mind if somebody putting pressure on me or not. It's more than I pretty much fighting with myself all the time.
He's played for high-class teams all of his career. And you know, sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. It's nice, obviously, because it makes him such an elite player and he has expectations.
I have bad tournaments sometimes, I have not, and every single thing before I think about myself, what I can do better.
I think everybody still wants him to be that wild child and go do what he does and flash down the field and everything else, but I think as he's grown up, he's really started to slow down and try to take different things into account. Like he wants to work with his team more. He wants like other guys to come up, and he sees potential in other guys like Ronnie or even Chad, and I feel like he gets more joy out of seeing them play good other than himself.
Now I understand it's not about myself. It's all about the team and it's all about the winning.
I don't want to say Houston Heat can't win without him, because we're a very elite team. But at the same time, it makes your day, your Sunday, a lot easier for us and a lot harder for every single team. Without him being on the field, everybody's got to be pumping on all cylinders, where if that guy's going 125%, which most of the time he is, then everybody else can be at 100%, it's fine. So it's not anybody in particular other than what he does, and he goes down the field, then we win the game.
He's like a home run hitter that you lay one fastball right over the plate, he knocks it out of the park, and it goes 500 feet over the fence. You think about it twice. You know, and that's to me, that's Fedorov in a paintball player description. He's a home run hitter. You know, he's swinging for the fences every time he's out there.